क्रोधी नाम संवत्सर शुभाकांक्षलु.
Gudi Padwaच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. Today we are here to talk about Gudi Padwa or Ugadi, which is a festival celebrated in Maharashtra and Telangana. I am Pooja Marathe and joining with me is Dr. Nikila, and we are here to talk about the festive season in the month of April. So Nikila, when we talk about Ugadi or when we talk about Gudi Padwa, it brings a lot of excitement, newness, and it's our new year.
Yes.
So what have you planned this year?
I'm Dr. Nikila, consultant obstetrician and gynecologist. When we talk about Ugadi, we celebrate Ugadi as a new year according to Hindu Telugu calendar, and it comes on the first month of Chaitra. It generally falls in the months of March or April. So whenever we talk about Ugadi, the first thing which comes to our mind is Ugadi Pachadi. We want to discuss about the symbolic meanings and nutritional values of each and every ingredient which is involved in Ugadi Pachadi. So there are about 6 elements which are present in Ugadi Pachadi. I want to talk about those 6 elements, and Pooja is going to talk about the nutritional values and what are its importance of taking the Ugadi Pachadi in the pregnant woman and post delivery during lactational period.
Right. So when we talk about the harvest season, when we know that this is a new year and every family is looking forward to spend some beautiful moments with their loved ones, we also come about, the spring coming to an end, summers being started, mangoes coming in, raw mangoes coming into picture, and we are all excited. And everybody wants to deal with a great value of eating. They want to pamper their taste buds. So in the month of Chaitra, as Dr. Nikila already said, when we are introducing Ugadi Pachadi, which has a beautiful meaning, and in Maharashtrian cuisine we are using raw mango, making kairi panna or a chitrana, which is known as a raw mango rice. These are the flavored delicacies which we really look forward for and we enjoy eating them. We would love you to understand that the importance of this Ugadi Pachadi. So let's get started.
So when I want to talk about the 6 elements of Ugadi Pachadi, the first taste which I want to talk is bitterness. So this bitterness generally comes from the neem leaves or buds or flowers. So what does it teach us? It represents challenges and difficulties and teaches us to face diversities with courage. And neem has lot of Ayurvedic properties in it. It helps in boosting immunity, fights against infections, and improves digestion. And what you want to talk
it
about?
Helps
its
about
values?
As you said, it boosts up the immunity power. Most of the Indian cuisines may lack bitterness, but correct, when we use this neem leaves in a crushed form or in a chutney form, okay, even in the Maharashtrian cuisine we use the chutney of neem curry leaves.
Correct.
Definitely it adds value, and as antioxidants, many vital vitamins are present in it, which allows the cleansing of the body. So okay, it's a natural detoxifier.
It's a natural detoxifying, correct.
So that is the importance of using neem leaves. And what is the next ingredient?
So we will talk about the sweetness. So sweetness comes from jaggery.
Okay.
And it also symbolizes happiness, joy, and success in life.
Right.
So jaggery is very rich in iron. It is a liver detoxifying, and it is an antioxidant which boosts immunity and which also helps in fighting against infections.
Right. So when we talk about jaggery, most of the people find it as a substitute for sugar.
Correct.
But the process of making jaggery is one step just below the process of making sugar. So it is not a substitute. Well, the calorie content is the same as what you get in sugar. But as you said, sweetness, definitely if you minimize the usage of jaggery, the natural sweetness can be intact. And also when we are talking about making any sugary drink, because in summers we need to quench our thirst, we are looking forward for drinking cold correct, things, yes, fruit juices. Instead of sugars, if we substituted jaggery with a very minimal quantity, that will be helpful, and you will not feel tired. Okay. So that is one of the biggest advantages of using jaggery in your regular meals, also in the liquids that you are
and
making.
Also it is very important for pregnant women who has low HP as we say, like anemic pregnant women, because jaggery enhances iron.
Yes, I do agree, but if you are experiencing diabetes in pregnancy, you need to avoid the usage of jaggery and honey as well. Okay, so in the sweets that you are making, probably a good amount of dry fruits without using khajur and without using jaggery, you can get beautiful sweets which will allow your taste buds to be pampered. See, when you have an underlying condition in pregnancy, you might worry, you're not allowed to eat that, you're not allowed to eat this. But if you find an alternative, it is very, very helpful. And all these alternatives signify a great deal and diversity in our Indian food culture. Let's move to the next part of our pachadi.
Pachadi, that is tanginess, which comes from mangoes. So I think most of the Indian population or Indian women, pregnant women, each and every woman who have been conceived, newly for the first time, I think they love to eat mango. So mango symbolizes the unexpected and the surprises in life, and it is very rich in vitamin C. It prevents from sunstroke. It cures lot of intestinal wounds as it is rich in vitamin C. It helps in preventing lot of infections, boosts immunity.
Right, vitamin C and vitamin A.
And also, vitamin C also helps in enhancing the iron. So whenever you are going to consume iron, it's better that you always take it along with vitamin C.
Right.
Because the absorption will be
absolutely
more.
But also understand, mangoes have two different tastes. It could be sour, it could be sweet, or it could be a little bitter. So when you are having your mangoes, ensure that you incorporate them from the second trimester. Reason being, your vitamin A rich sources are taken care of. Number 2, your sweetness is naturally taken care of. Number 3, when you are consuming it, have it as a whole fruit, which gives you a lot of fiber. Now there are a very peculiar varieties of mangoes where the skin can also be taken in. So do not discard the skin. Take it with the eat the mangoes with the skin also. We belong to a very diverse culture.
Correct.
And we have a lot of varieties of mangoes, whether it's Alfonso, Kesar, Begumpalli, or Totapuri.
Yes.
So people have this amazing trend of mixing these mangoes, relishing the mango
Correct.
juice, amras, sarbat, milkshakes, cut mangoes. So name it and it's there.
But the diabetic woman should be careful while you are eating mangoes in your diet.
Absolutely. So one craving that expecting mother might have is like have mangoes. I would like to tell you that in my experience, I had mangoes in the month of December.
Okay.
And I was fortunate that these food cravings were taken care at the right time.
Correct, exactly.
So,
and also these mangoes, if you eat, especially the ripened mangoes, if you eat in more in the quantity, they have a lot of calories in it.
Yes.
So weight management is very important whenever you eat these mangoes, especially in the summer season.
So as we are talking about diet in pregnancy and post lactation, we also have to understand that if your sugar management is a little bit different, then in diabetes, mangoes are a full stop for you.
Yeah.
But to crave your cravings, probably a alternative could be a ampana without use of sugar. So a salted ampana probably would be a nice juice which you can tolerate and you can definitely enjoy.
Yeah. So the next taste that we want to discuss about is spiciness.
Wow.
Yeah, the spiciness could be because of green chilies, or some people can use chili powder.
Mm-hmm.
So this represents surprises and excitement, and it symbolizes anger and outbursts in the life of a lot of women or men.
Right. So when we are using about spices from the pregnancy front, we always say in the first trimester you should avoid spices because you are already dealing with morning sickness. That is number 1. You might have hyperacidity. Number 2, your sleepless nights could cause in more gastric illnesses, and that would cause a little pain and also
Correct,
heartburns.
So that's why it is very important that whenever you want to consume spices, you always have to hydrate yourself.
Absolutely.
Because spices are very important when you take, and it has its own values because it cures in the intestinal, infections, and not only that, and also helps in curing skin infections.
Absolutely. But when we talk about spices, our Indian culture is a mix of amazing spices, which is pepper, tej patta, or garam masala, or you have these
red chili
star
powder.
anise, red chili powder. So when we are talking about spices, you can come into a variety where you avoid red chilies and green chilies in your diet, but you can use these mild spices.
Correct.
Which can enhance the taste buds, which can crave your food cravings, and also you can enjoy a subtle meal which is prepared at home. Now this is important because any expecting mother needs to consume extra added calories, and if she is having difficulty in eating food in the first trimester, she would prefer some semi-solid or liquid kind of a diet. So always ensure that you are always on a safer side, consuming home food, and when it comes to spices, you just take a step very carefully on what you are adding.
Yeah. So next we are coming to the taste of salt. So salt teaches us about the basic necessities of life and also symbolizes the importance of balance, fear, and unknown. And salt prevents from dehydration, and also it has its effects in prevention of rheumatic fever. But as a pregnant woman, you have to, say about the quantity of the salt usage during pregnancy.
So it has to be very restricted
because they could encounter with leg swellings,
yes,
hypertension during pregnancy.
Absolutely.
So that's why the pregnant woman should be very careful when you're taking the amount of salt in your diet.
Also, we need to understand nowadays the salt is added with extra iodine. So that takes care of our thyroid as well.
Yes.
But when we are talking about salt, we are always taking about white color salt. But if we take into consider other options, which is known as a rock salt, which is known as a pink salt, that alternatives can give you a different taste.
Yeah, but there is one more danger with this rock salt and pink salt, because whenever you add 1 spoon of rock salt or pink salt, the salt, the taste of it is very less when you compare it with white salt. So there's a danger of, adding it in more quantity. So that's why, the taste itself, it is less. So it's better that you use the rock salt in this, and don't get confused that why it is like, it is tasting saltless.
Absolutely. And when mothers, experience hypertension, or what we call is preeclampsia in the pregnancy, second trimester, third trimester, we tell the mothers to restrict the salt content. So whatever salt is added in the cooked food, that much would be enough. And to balance it out, we tell the mothers to stay hydrated through a lot of homemade fluids, which could be lemon water without salt, which could be jeera water without salt, a little bit of coconut water if it is allowed to, because edematous, or as we say, swelling on hands and feet, can put you under fluid restriction as well.
Also, they have a habit of using salt in the curd and buttermilk. So it is better that you restrict that.
Pickles and papads and chutneys and pachadis should be restricted.
Exactly. So it depends upon the quantification. So how much quantity we are consuming is important. So if you can restrict that, I think the diet goes perfect.
And also you must say, the processed food which has a lot of added salt, that needs to be restricted.
I know, added preservatives also.
Absolutely. So postnatally also, if you stay careful onto your consumption of salt, your delayed in breastfeeding, or your breast milk not coming in, all these problems get resolved in a better way.
Correct. And then now we'll talk about soreness, that is, it comes from tamarind.
Wow.
Okay, I think most of us use tamarind each and every day in our diet, right? Maybe in the lunch or in the evening, by making rasam.
Charus.
So tamarind represents challenges and obstacles in life, adding tanginess, sense of tanginess to the life. So tamarind, it has more than 1,000 properties in it, helps in curing, lot of infections, preventing infections, boosts immunity, and decreases cholesterol, improves digestion. Because imli, that's why we say to eat imli, it improves digestion. We used to get those imli, small type of candies or chocolates when we were small. I think they're available now also, but with lot of content of sugar in it.
Absolutely.
It's better that we prepare them at home.
So if you are looking for some tanginess, I would suggest you an imli pulp. Okay, this you can add it with, you can make it at home, soak these imlis, let the water be there, and then remove the extract via removing excess of water. That pulp, if you add it in any of your curries or any of these sambars or any of the liquid preparations, I think that tanginess would be consumed in. That also the flavor of tamarind would become milder, and you would not face again acidity or regurgitation. Correct. As a very, very genuine problem which comes for every expecting mother in Correct. The last trimester.
Correct.
Right? And also, if you're adding tamarind, in most of the cultures they add jaggery to it to balance out the sourness, and that changes the flavor of the meal.
Exactly.
Right. So in case of jaggery to be added, what I would suggest you be milder on the pulp part. That will make the dish very, very convenient.
And it also keeps your skin healthy with the tamarind.
Yes. So in this manner, I think the Ugadi Pachadi, or what we are talking about, has so many beautiful flavors, so many colors brought in.
Correct.
And we have discussed most of them. And if you find any new thing as a value addition, you can let us know. You have something to say?
Yeah. Ugadi Pachadi is not only our Indian delicacy. It is an important delicacy with lot of significance in that. So especially during the summer, because we have just shifted from our spring to summer, so we can boost our immunity by fighting against infections.
Right. So when you are talking about these 6 colorful, amazing flavors in life, I think we can take and understand our life can be in these manners as well. So my only takeaway for this video would be, any expecting mom, any mom who is breastfeeding, ensure you enjoy all the flavors in life so that your kid is nourished with all these flavors. And those who have given birth recently, many congratulations, because it's going to be a first festival with your loved one and your new one. So I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. So wishing all our viewers again a very happy Ugadi.
Happy Ugadi.
From our KIMS Cuddles family. Signing off for today is
Dr. Nikila
and Pooja Marathe from KIMS Cuddles, Secunderabad. Thank you.
Thank you.